All right. The most disappointing team in college basketball is, I think we all are going to agree on this one. So, Fance, I'm going to you first.
Well, I'm different. So we all know who it is, but I'll save you guys I'll save you
It's North
all
Carolina.
that.
I don't want to talk North Carolina, though. So let's talk. If you got someone else, bring them up.
I want to talk North Carolina.
Dayton.
I'm very disappointed. I know you do, T.O. I know you do, T.O.
I'm very disappointed.
ACC guy dancing on the grave of the Tar Heels. Anybody surprised about that?
No.
Fanta, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep
Fanta.
cutting you off.
Finish Fanta.
I thought Dayton could be a top 30 team in college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries have decimated them.
They've been very disappointing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're off to a disappointing start to the year. And like I thought when we were talking with Anthony Grant in the preseason that they would have what it took to have a good showing at the Battle for Atlantis, really have a strong season, and it just hasn't happened. It has not happened, and I'm with you on the injuries part of it, but for the Flyers to really be out of the picture, tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
tough.
And it's not better for them either because those two guards got hurt at Battle for Atlantis. And I'll be honest, guys, like I think we overestimated what Deron Holmes is. He's a good player. Is he an NBA long-term player? Like a lot of people were saying, he's a good player. I'm not sold quite there. North Carolina is the most disappointing. They did look better last game. I know it was Georgia Tech, but they played with pace. They tried to share it. Guys, I just feel like, they just had so many like energy zapping behaviors at the beginning of the year. They didn't move the ball. They complained a lot. But last game they put Seth Trimble in. That ball started to move more, and they were playing with more energy. So I'm hoping they get right because I feel like college basketball and the ACC in particular is better when Carolina's good. So
no doubt about it.
They have the potential to be good. They're just some adjustments needs to be made, but it looked like they addressed some of those things in their latest win. So we'll see how that continues to go. They just have to keep moving the ball. Like they're inserting some different different players in the lineup. And I think that's going to inject some energy, and hopefully that continues.
There were two that I have written down that we haven't talked about yet. I did not include Villanova or Michigan State in this conversation because I think their issues have been the unavailability of players, and I don't want to ding guys too much for injuries. So I went with Creighton in Florida. I thought Creighton was going to be like a top 5 to 7 team in America coming into the season. We saw their issues shooting the basketball and what that can do to them offensively, and the loss to Nebraska. They didn't have Ryan Kalkbrenner against BYU, and we saw the issues of what that could do to them defensively when you don't have that rim protector and that anchor. It has not quite clicked yet for Creighton, and I still think that they can get there because if you look at all the pieces on that roster, it makes sense. But if they're not shooting the ball well, like they just don't have a chance. It's the bottom line. You can have all the guards and playmakers in the world. If you're not making jump shots, you're not going to be able to win games because teams can scheme against you. The other is Florida. And maybe I was just a little bit too high on the Gators coming into the season, just based off of the way that their roster was built. But Kyle Lofton has not been that guy. Like he's not even starting for him now. I thought he was going to be an all SEC caliber player, and he has not been. And then their 3 wings just haven't made the leap I thought that they would make. Kawasi Reeves, Will Richard, and Alex Fudge. 2 of those guys aren't starting now. So Florida, I still think they have a ceiling where they can get to a certain place where they can be really good, but at this point, they're very limited.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're playing guys. Alex Fudge. Are we out of time?
Did you hear the alarm, Tio? I like her. He's like, are we out of time? I'm going to keep going anyway.
No, I didn't hear the alarm. That's why I'm asking. Did the alarm go off?
Yeah, the alarm went off. Say what you got to say.
Alex Fudge averaged like 2 points a game last year, and Kyle Lofton had some numbers that he played like 47 minutes a game for St. Bonaventure. So
fair enough.
It is what it is.
All right.